All right, let's see if I can do a full studio tour in under 10 minutes, because let's be honest, guys, this is it. So if you're clicking this video and it's not August of 2024, then you can just go ahead and skip this part. I'm gonna put a time card above that actually shows the studio tour. For those that are watching this when it was posted, first and foremost, thank you guys so much for 100 subscribers. Obviously, I'm super thankful. I didn't know that we would ever really hit this milestone. I always hoped that we would, but I wasn't really sure if or when it would happen. But I'm really glad that it's happened this soon. I've only been doing this for, I think, 2 months now, which is awesome. So again, thank you guys so much. Again, I'm super appreciative of everyone that has stuck with it this far. And I think I'm really excited for what's gonna happen in the future, and I hope that you guys are too. So for the studio tour itself, I figured it's probably best to introduce myself. My name is Zach, also known as Novice Media here on YouTube. Novice essentially means amateur. I threw it into Google. I was trying to find a cool name for a YouTube channel. That's what I got. Kind of like what Post Malone did with his name. He just kind of clicked random DJ. You guys get the idea. You've heard that story 1,000 times. This channel, obviously as inspired by the studio that you're gonna see in about 30 or so seconds, is for amateurs, it's for beginners, it's for people like you and me. I'm not a professional by any means. I am very much so an amateur. And so as you guys are learning through me, I'm also learning. So I'm doing a lot of research behind the scenes, trying to figure out how all this stuff works so that I can properly convey it to you. I've already learned very quickly that transmitters and receivers are two very different things. And if you don't understand what I'm talking about, I've linked that video above. Check out the comments because I think they're kind of funny, but I appreciate all of you guys telling me where I was wrong. And instead of being rude about it, you guys were actually extremely constructive, and I handle criticism pretty well. So I'm super appreciative for you guys telling me what I did wrong. With that, that's also my most viewed video, but that's not what we're talking about today. Today, we're talking about the studio. So this is probably the biggest part of the channel, and it's surprisingly never been asked because I probably plug it in every video that I've posted, at least so far. This is my Sony a6700. It's got a Viltrox 13mm lens. Obviously, it's an E-mount. It is an APS-C camera. I record all my videos in 4K, 30 frames. If I'm doing slow-mo footage, I do 60 frames, but that's kind of the setup. Audio-wise, I'm using the Rode VideoMic NTG. I recently picked this up and I did a whole video about it, so that's also been linked above, as well as in the description where you can find links to all these videos, as well as if you want to buy some of these for yourself to start your own channel. They're all affiliate links. If you want to help me, that's awesome. It allows me to further grow this channel so that I can keep making videos like this. Also, because I kind of want a pet llama, so that would be cool. Anyways, this camera is mounted to an arm. I don't know what the name of the brand of the arm is, but it's going to be in the description. I want to say it's probably from Small Rig or something like that, but that's what supports my camera. Then I also have a tripod, which is from Joby. I use that to hold my GoPro, which was going to be my B cam, and that's a story for another time. But I haven't been using it for that intended purpose because, like some of you guys have said, it's not the best in low light. And in this environment, there's not a lot of light, which leads me into my lighting. Now, I just did a full video on this, so I'm not going to go super in depth, but obviously to my right, y'all's left, is going to be my Mount Dog softbox. I picked this thing up for about 50 bucks on Amazon. It works really good. Comes with this remote. The remote's decent. I mean, I can change a bunch of settings on it, but I try not to because I don't want to keep resetting it. To my left, y'all's right, it still throws me off that everything's flipped, is just a reflector. Obviously, this will kind of lighten up my face. That's being propped up by an Anker portable battery. I don't really have anything else to prop it up with, so that's what I'm using. Go figure. To edit all these videos, as you've probably caught, at least in the background of these last few clips, is my Apple MacBook Pro. I'll be honest, I don't really know the specs on this thing, but I want to say it's got 48 gigs of RAM, a terabyte of storage, and an M3 Max chip. If I'm wrong, I'll correct myself on screen, but I want to say that sounds right, so that's what we're going with. Next to all this stuff, to my left, y'all's right, is another computer setup that's actually not my setup, which kind of segues me into the next part of this video. This is my studio, but it's not a dedicated room for studio things. It's actually a collect all room. So this is an office for myself and my wife. That is my wife's computer. That's what she uses to work from home with. So I don't touch that. That just kind of stays over there, but I kind of use it as a prop for my softbox and my reflector to bounce things off of, and it works really well, so I enjoy it. The next big thing is because this is a shared space, obviously the desk itself is custom made. So on top, I have the Home Depot butcher block. I've stained it some random color. I just found this in my garage. I used it for some other projects, but that's what it is. On one side, I have the Alex drawer system. That is just an IKEA thing. I've seen a bunch of videos on TikTok. People seem to love them. I'm using it for storage, so it holds some of my camera accessories as well as some of my paperwork and files just for, normal everyday life. On the other side, I have some custom table legs made from this guy on Etsy. If I can remember what it was and where to find it, I'll put that in the description as well. But between those two legs is a dog cage. So as I've said in previous videos, I have 2 dogs. I'm a German Shepherd owner. They're probably the bane of my existence, but I love them at the same time, and they drive me absolutely crazy. But because I love them, obviously I had to incorporate one of them into the office, so I kind of built the desk around the cage. One of the dogs is a puppy, and she loves to be in her kennel, and so because of that, we couldn't just eliminate it entirely. We tried to get her to sleep with us in the bed. Didn't work out. So we had to build the whole desk kind of around her kennel, which is extremely large. So that's kind of the reasoning that that's there. So as you guys can see behind me, there's a couch. It's been in a lot of my videos, and you probably weren't asking, but I'm going to tell you anyways. It's a pull-out couch. That way, if we have guests over, this office/dog room also now becomes a guest room. So it's got 3 purposes right now. I don't know why I'm holding up these 3 fingers. It should be like this. We bought it from Ashley. It's not the nicest couch by any means. It's honestly not the most comfy either. I've slept on it once and I didn't enjoy it, but that's not this video. In the corner over here is another light. This is the Govee RGB IC light. Again, I have a whole video on my studio lighting, so I'm not going to go into a whole lot of detail on it other than the fact that it changes colors, but I leave it as blue because it's kind of my accent light. The wall behind me, if you couldn't tell, is blue. It kind of looks like a dark gray on camera, which wasn't the original intention. I was actually supposed to go with these colors for the channel, and something inside me one day just said, let's go blue. On the other side of the room are some shelves. Obviously, these kind of house some knickknacks as well as my wife's crafting collection. Obviously, the first shelf holds my gimbal as well as some crafting supplies. The second shelf houses a Cricut. The third shelf is my primary shelf. That's what houses my Lego collection, as well as some of the stuff that I use on this channel, like my other lens, my camera cage, some of my microphone stuff, which I can't keep there anymore because my dog chewed it up, which I talked about in the last video if you guys watched that. So, go back and watch that video. And then the last 2 shelves are just storage. So obviously I have my travel bags as well as a sewing machine, which probably shouldn't be admitting that on the internet. And then addressing probably the thing that nobody cares about is there's a closet there. It holds closet stuff because why not? On the wall behind the camera, obviously is some sound deadening. I don't necessarily know if it actually works. I think it's more of a placebo effect than anything else because I bought those things on Amazon for super, super cheap. I want to say I spent $50 altogether. I put them on some backer board and I just nailed them to the wall. They kind of work. It sounds better than it did before I put them up, but not 10 times better by any means. If anything, the couch behind me is what's done the most sound deadening for this office. Now between the sound panels, obviously is a TV. That's for if we have guests over, or if I'm wanting to watch a video, or if I'm wanting to edit my videos and have multiple screens, or if I'm wanting to see something or see how to do something, I'll just put it up on that screen, which is sitting right here. Well, I think I did that in under 10 minutes, so we're gonna see if I can kind of drag some of this out to be closer to 10 minutes, but I'm really not gonna waste anyone's time because, no offense, there's not much to talk about. Obviously, I want to keep doing this for as long as I possibly can, so by you guys supporting me, obviously that supports the channel directly. I am pretty much investing everything I've got into this because I want to make sure that it works so that I can help inspire other people like me to make videos on, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, you name it. That's really what this is all about. I am by no means a professional. I didn't really know a whole lot about cameras before getting into this, but I knew a good bit. And so I know how to turn them on and off. I know how to put the battery in, and I actually do a lot of this for work. So I know a little bit more than I probably lead on, but I don't know a lot by any means. So if you liked today's video, obviously be sure to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you want to stay up to date with what I'm doing and future videos. If you don't want to see more of these, leave a comment. If you do want to see more of these, leave a comment. See what I did there? Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out.